This video isn't exactly ranking the tech trees based on whether they're the best or the worst. It's more so going over the advantages and disadvantages of each tree whenever you choose to focus on it throughout the campaign. Since at most you'll be able to get one tech tree fully researched and then like half of another one researched by the time you complete the final level. I know it sounds a bit weird to go over their disadvantages since every tech tree is supposed to be helping you to complete the campaign easier, but some of them just have upgrades that are either almost useless or completely useless based on pretty much just general gameplay. This is primarily going to be taking into account insane difficulty, since that pretty much covers the rest of the boundaries of the easier difficulties. First one I'm going over is economy. It might be the best tree-friendly ambush levels, as the supply package and quick upgrade into economy gives such a massive economic and defense boost that stacks well with the Castle Archer and statue HP boosting parts of said tree. The only other tech tree that can potentially outperform it in said ambushes is the magic tech tree, and that's purely due to summoning staff's effectiveness. It's also... Wait, did I really... I put that it's the best for ambushes twice. Well, it boosts the durability of your statue for prolonged assaults and lets Castle Archers take enemies out faster, letting your army get out there, and with a single bastion upgrade, they really start to kick things up a notch. Also believe it's the small things gonna go unnoticed tech tree. The slight boosts to training haste and salvage or smithy may seem near useless, but those really stack up over the course of a battle. Moving on to its disadvantages, there's no real noticeable in-battle boosts unless you bring enemy units within range of your Castle Archers. Unlike the other tech trees, the only units this buffs are your archers, miners, and Castle Archers. None of your actual army units benefit from the tree. Closest thing they get is extra population, which is a bit niche in most cases, as if you're in a battle and you get to over max population, it's like more likely than not that the battle's been going on for way too long. Special except for later game levels like level 32, because that level gets units at such a ridiculous rate that getting to max population is just playing it safe. Despite Spirited Spawn, Secret Tunnel, and Minor upgrade being tied to Bastion, the economy tech tree does not upgrade them in any way. A lot of the upgrades are tied to boosting base defenses and miners instead of passively boosting combat units like the other trees. Even with plenty of resources, you may still get overwhelmed due to the enemy's boosted stats on higher difficulties. Moving on to the damage tech tree, it primarily enhances the damage output of cheap light units, which includes Sigilwrath, Swordwrath, and Archidons, with the final upgrade greatly enhancing the damage output of user-controlled units. It grants rage when light units are under half HP, enabling them to get a tad bit more damage in before being taken out, and Spearcher, one of the best army setups for Order camping, heavily benefits from said Archidon upgrade, as it greatly increases their offensive power. Swordwrath are much more capable and powerful force in later levels. Because, well, yeah, that's the obvious one. I felt like I was supposed to add something after that, but no, that's just a small note. Okay, Control Whip with certain generals turns them into absolute powerhouses. So basically, all of them that aren't the spellcasters. I guess. Including Zerg. Zerg doesn't count as a powerhouse. Well, it's not as much as the others. Whatever. On the disadvantages, damage tech tree becomes slightly less effective if you took projectile barrier over Sigilwrath. Improved Wrath, it's due to improved Wrath increasing the damage of both Swordwrath and Sigilwrath. Let's be honest, the upgrade still doesn't save them from being terrible in campaign anyways. Rally is only enabled if the enemy has the tower captured, in case anyone's confused about how it works. Swordwrath and Archidons are still vulnerable to being bursted down easily before they can get a solid amount of damage off, if not protected by Spirits or hiding behind enslaved giants. Onto the Armory, my personal favorite of the three. And I'm totally not biased whatsoever, don't worry about it. Enhances primarily Spiritans and Giants, increasing the overall survivability of your army as they will be your main tanks for the campaign. Heavy Control, it makes a unit take less damage, which stacks with Spiritans' damage reduction from blocking, and gives consistent HP regen that also stacks with other heal sources like Heavy Healing Wisp, which also has its duration increased. Staggering Giants lets them nearly stun lock normal units and upgrades the damage and stun of Giant Lord silence as well. The Spirit and Health upgrades also apply to the Spirits summoned from Tower Spawn, adding even more HP and damage onto them. Improved Vampiric I can't speak tonight. Improved Vampiric Soul gives extra survivability on top of all of the other sources of healing the tech tree grants. Heavy unit stand stacks with the heavy unit control and Spirit and Block, making you resist damage even further when under half HP or a quarter HP respectively, depending on how much you've upgraded it. And with disadvantages, holds very few. Spearns are, for the most part, the main unit to use in the campaign since they take great amounts of damage and allow supporting units like archers and magic kill to do their job safely. And finally, onto magic. Its main advantages is all about spellcasting and unit summoning, and enhancing specific status effects. It reduces the cooldown of spells and decreases the duration of a select few spells. Summoning Staff becomes one of the most busted enchantments in the game. It's capable of achieving entire levels thanks to being able to start a horde nearly instantly at the start of a fight just by having rage and minor hustle spells equipped. And of course, you can make it even worse for the enemy by getting even more spells, like Snow Squall, Tesla Coil, Lightning Storm, Projectile Barrier. It enhances the effectiveness of Merics and lets magical summon more minions, although their max is still limited by the magic upgrade in the middle of battles. Grants extra HP to summoned units, those being magical minions, Summoning Staff deads, dead summoned via the Merikai and Kai Rider, and both tower spawn unit types. Its disadvantages are magic kill really don't need minion spawns. This only helps them if you don't have magic upgrade unlocked in a battle. And Merics can become somewhat obsolete if you have Summoning Staff along with an upgraded magic tech tree, enabling your healing spell to be off cooldown more often. Enhanced Glacial leaves the enemies nearly frozen from Snow Squall. Wait, that's a positive. I didn't put that in the... Wow, I messed up greatly. Well, this is a positive. So, Enhanced Glacial leaves the enemies nearly frozen from Snow Squall, and Glacial Fletching, alongside making Spirit and crowd control, an absolute crowd control monster with his abilities. I also just realized this doesn't even boost burn damage, nor does it boost the Magic Hill's explosion, which I feel like it's something that should have been upgraded. I just realized I'm getting off topic here. Voltaic does get a little bit better, but I don't really got nothing. It just boosts the damage of Voltaic spells by like a small bit, even though the base damage of them is already pretty good. Well, for Tesla, it's pretty good. For I just realized I never got to test out Magus. Well, I guess I'll find out later, and then probably make a short about it. As you can probably tell, I'm still not good at speaking, nor am I very good at writing scripts, because I'm just As you can probably tell, I'm still not very good at writing scripts, nor speaking very fluently, as I'm still stuttering over words and forgetting extra notes that I had. But next video is probably going to be using text, considering I don't think it's going to be necessary to use my voice.
Mi bomba!